sermon by J C Philpot, preached at Eden Street Chapel, Hampstead Road, London, on the text, "For wherein shall it be known here that I and thy people have found grace in thy sight? Is it not in that thou goest with us? So shall we be separated, I and thy people, from all the people that are on the face of the earth." And then he says, "Wherein shall it be known?" What proof will there be, what testimony that we have found grace in thy sight? For Lord, it does not satisfy our souls that thou tellest us we have found grace in thy sight, unless thou dost something more. Thou must go up with us. He appeals to the Lord himself and asks him the very question, is there any other way whereby it can be known that we have found grace in thy sight? Is not this the grand manifestation of it? Is not this the way that it is opened up and made known to our consciences, in that thou goest up with us? You may depend upon it then, that every soul taught by Moses' God and blessed with the same spiritual power and presence which he was blessed with, will never be satisfied with the mere notion, with the bare knowledge that God's people have found grace in his sight, unless the Lord specially manifest it in his heart and conscience, so as to go up with him experimentally in his soul. But see where Moses and the children of Israel had to go to, and what a path they had to walk in to get there. A waste, howling wilderness lay before their eyes, where were fiery, flying serpents and perpetual drought, with a burning sun above and a scorching sand beneath, in which they must inevitably and speedily perish unless the Lord gave miraculous supplies. All, therefore, their very existence depended wholly and solely upon this point, whether the Lord went up with them. If he did not go with them, no manna would fall from heaven, no water would gush out of the rock, and Jordan could not be passed, nor the promised land won. So God's people, whose eyes are spiritually enlightened to see their own helplessness, feebleness, and wretchedness, are brought to feel the Lord must go with them every step of the way, and lead them and shine upon them, or with all they have known and experienced, they must utterly faint by the way. What a death blow does such a text as this give to all dead notional assurance. Who had ever seen the power of God so signally and miraculously displayed as these children of Israel? What an experience they had to look back upon. Can any notional professor in our day bring forward an equal or similar one, brought out of Egypt with a high hand, carried by a miracle through the Red Sea, their enemies overwhelmed in its deep waters before their eyes, fed by daily supplies of manna, and drinking day by day miraculous draughts out of the rock that followed them? Might they not have folded their arms and said, "We are sure to get to Canaan. Why do we want the Lord's presence to go with us? Our past experience is enough." And surely we can rest upon the doctrine. No, Moses could not rest upon a doctrine, however true. He must have the Lord's felt presence to accompany him, or he would rather die and not go a step further. And thus whatever God's people may have experienced in times past, if the Lord leave them, down they sink into all the deathliness, carnality, and wretchedness which they felt before. He must appear as much to their souls now for every fresh difficulty as he appeared to their souls before in former difficulties.